Okay, so hello everyone. Sorry, excuse me one moment. Trying to hide my messy background. Okay, so welcome to day 19 of the 21-day series. We're almost coming to an end of this 21-day journey. So a big shout out and thank you for all who have stuck through with us right from day one. It's been amazing. Honestly, we didn't know what to expect. We were kind of placing bets how many will stay right till the 21 days. We thought we'd see a massive drop, but the fact that we've got, 72 guys, including some experienced practitioners, this is really great that we can just see how much you guys are loving being with us, interacting with us in the WhatsApp groups, with Monica as well. I know Monica is really working hard behind the scenes to keep you guys engaged, pair you up with mentors and whatnot. And plus you had the workshop last Sunday, so I'm sure you guys formed some more new bonds with our experienced practitioners and made almost like new friends as well. Plus 30 on YouTube. Oh my gosh, great. This is spreading, which is awesome. So like we say, spread the word to families and friends if you have definitely noticed a benefit in the last 19 days. It's always free. And also don't hesitate to check out your local Sahaja Yoga center. So if you know COVID is not too bad in your country, I would suggest Google up Sahaja Yoga, including your city name, and try and also find a local center. That way you can be part of a local collective and also physically be with people like us, pretty much around the world. So it's really amazing how diverse Sahaja Yoga is. I have to say myself, like I've lived in Hong Kong, come here, lived in India, and always met Sahaja Yoga collectives around the world. And I have to say, we all share the same thing, and that is the joy. No matter which country they're from, even if English may not be their first language, you just all connect on that level, and it's so amazing. So I really, really recommend for you to do that, to check out the Sahaja Yoga in your local countries. And Uncle Charles has posted, okay, and I'll share this link with you all, freemeditation.com.au/worldwide. I'm just going to put this in the chat box, so you're all welcome to check it out. And yeah, but don't forget us. I mean, we helped start your journey, so don't forget us. But that's just to say, you can chime in anytime with us, but also please do go physically in your local centers, because like I said, it makes a huge difference when you go face to face, so you're not always in front of a screen. So day 19, guys, you've all come a long way and learned all about your chakra, self-realization, left and right. And the last 2 days, you've been doing what I understand are deeper meditations with our experienced practitioners. So today, that's what we have in store for you. We have our Footsoak session with Kirti, and then we have a very experienced Sahaja Yogi called Uncle Yogi Mahajan, who will also be leading a second part of the meditation. So enjoy, guys, sit back, relax, have fun. Towards the end, I will talk about the intermediate series. So just to actually quickly backtrack, if any of you are new to Sahaja Yoga, welcome. If you're absolutely brand new, please put your name and number in the chat box so that we can get in touch with you and get you up to speed with Sahaja Yoga. I also recommend do check our website and look at days 1, 2, and 3. So all our sessions are recorded and put on the website. And that way you can brush up your foundations and learn about Sahaja Yoga. As mentioned, after this Friday, this Saturday, we have another interactive workshop. So if you guys enjoyed the last workshop or you couldn't attend, don't despair. We are going to make it a regular thing. It'll be this Saturday, not Sunday. This Saturday, 8:45 p.m. Sydney time, another workshop. And again, we might try and pair you up with who you were last time. Also, just mix it up a bit, because it's really good to be with different yogis to get different experiences and vibration sharing really with others as well, and you make a bond with other people. And then, as mentioned, after this Friday and this Saturday, we may not have anything on Sunday, so Sunday will be a bit of a break. And then come Monday, we intend to start the 21 days intermediate series, whereby the sessions will be shorter, so we won't make it as long, like 2 hours with panels and musicians, etc. They'll be more shorter and sweeter to focus on meditating, to make it a habit for you to meditate daily for the next sort of 21 days. And again, we intend to incorporate once a week the workshop where you have longer time to interact with the yogis, to learn more. So more details about the intermediate series, how to join, etc. I will give it to you all in the end. Like I said, whether you're new or old, you've been here, please, please, please share your number in the chat box. Our YouTube viewers, we are going to post in the comments Vaibhav's number. So Vaibhav is one of our main leads, and we'll post his number and drop him a message on WhatsApp, your name and number. That way he can get in touch with you. And if you can specify if you're new, so we can cater towards you, or if you've been attending regularly, but you're not currently in one of our WhatsApp groups for the folks like you who've been coming along. So share your details if you can. Rest aside, I will see you all at the end. Share more details about the intermediate series and how you can join on. I will hand it over now to Kirti. So have your foot soak buckets ready, guys. If you need to go grab one now, please go ahead. And we can see Kirti is ready with hers, and we'll hand it over to Kirti now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's wonderful to have you all here, and really your motivation and dedication every day joining us for the meditations. Thank you again and again for joining us. So as we know, together we are going to do foot soak today. We'll get started with a quick small meditation, and then we'll do our foot soak. So you can have your foot soak bucket ready with water. If you had a long day and you're feeling really tired from within, you can have cold water to calm you down. Or if you feel that a bit emotionally imbalanced, you can always have hot water. But yes, if you feel all right, just go with the mixed one and we'll get started. And we need salt, paper towel, and just a jug of clean water to rinse our feet later. All right, so as we all know, with the foot soak, it has always been a really good technique which helps us just wash away all the stress of the day. And really personally for me, it was foot soak which really drew me to Sahaja Yoga meditation, because in my mind there was always that noise throughout the day, just overthinking. And in the evening after my work or after just coming back from uni, I used to do foot soak. I used to feel so calm from within that I just have to find my bucket and get started. So together, let us get started. Find a comfortable spot and remove any footwear that you have, and then we'll get started. So together, let's start our meditation by raising our Kundalini, and we take a bandhan. So let's do that together. We tie one knot, slowly bringing both our hands on our lap. Next, we tie 2 knots. Next, 3 knots. Slowly bringing both our hands on our lap. And now we take a bandhan, just like a rainbow, doing that 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. At the end, we join our hands to be in balance, and the spirit in me respects the spirit in you, the light in you. So let's get started. Firstly, we'll put some salt in the water as it acts as a natural element for our earth. I put lots of salt in mine. Keep that back. And next, we just slowly give vibrations to our water so that, and in our heart, we just pray to our motherly energy. Mother, please make this water pure so that I can meditate and it can take away all my worries of the day. Whenever you feel ready, we'll slowly dip our feet into the water. All right. So now we understand we've done foot soak a couple of times, how it just helps us calm down from within. So together today, we'll be balancing our left, right, and central channel. We know throughout the day, our mind keeps swinging to the past or the future and just keep running from one task to another. So we just want to remove all the emotional imbalances, all the overthinking and over planning that we've been doing throughout the day. So slowly we place both our hands on our lap. Let's take a couple of deep breaths just to calm ourselves down. So slowly breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in nice and slowly and breathe out. Now our left hand will remain on the lap while our right hand will place towards the Mother Earth. Here, as we know, we're making use of the natural elements here, Mother Earth, to get ourselves in balance. So our left hand will remain on our lap and right hand will be on the Mother Earth. See however you're comfortable with. If you feel like closing your eyes or just opening your eyes, whatever is comfortable to you. The beauty of Sahaja is that you should be comfortable. You're sitting here, you're giving yourself that time of the day to your mind and to your body. So, to balance our left channel, we place our right hand towards Mother Earth. And here we say, with all the love from our heart, to our motherly Kundalini energy, Mother, please take away all the negativity from my left channel and dissolve it in Mother Earth. Mother, please take away all the emotional imbalance, the lethargy, and dissolve it in Mother Earth. Oh, Mother Earth, please take away all my worries of the day. Mother, please take away all the fear in my heart, all the impure desires, and dissolve it in Mother Earth. Together, to bring our left channel in balance, we listen to a small poem. This poem that will be played really helps us be in balance and strengthen our left channel. So if you can please have the poem now. Thank you.
नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवुत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवः स्वरों गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादि तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादसन्धानम् संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निःसृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते स्तुलम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः
Slowly, whenever you feel ready, bringing our right hand back to our lap. And you may have noticed our left hand feels really light, as if Mother Earth has taken away all the fear and all the problems. So now, together, let us balance our right channel. So we bend our hand, and our right hand remains on the lap, and we bend our left hand just like a chimney. And again, with all the love in your heart, Mother, please remove all the overthinking, all the over planning, and dissolve it in ether. When we think a lot and our brain and our mind is just moving from one task to another, it heats up our liver. So, with that pure desire, we say, Mother, please cool my right channel. Please cool down my liver. Mother, please remove all the overthinking, the over planning, the excess of any action, and dissolve it in ether. Mother, please bring me in balance. Please take away all the excessive work, the overthinking about my problems, about the future, and dissolve it in ether. Mother, take away the fear that I constantly think about my responsibilities, my problems. Please bring me in balance. Slowly, whenever you feel ready, slowly bringing our left hand back to our lap. And now we raise both our hands towards our heart level. Just with that love, with that pure desire, we say, Mother, please keep me in the present. Keep me and take me to that state of thoughtless awareness so that I am in balance. My subtle system is in balance. Mother, I want to enjoy the present moment that I am in. Let my mind not swing to the past or the future, but just enjoy the present. So, with that love, Mother, please bring me in balance. Please bring me in balance. We'll slowly bring both our hands on our lap and let's just sit there for a minute, enjoying the silence, enjoying the present with everything that we have, focusing on how blessed we are to have so many things with us. When any thoughts come, we say, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. Now, slowly, we just flick away all our problems into the water. All the heaviness that we've been feeling, we just flick it all away. Like we're just lightening ourselves of all the worries, all the problems of the day. Just flick it all away. So, thank you everyone. Now, lastly, we'll just take our feet out of the water and wash them, rinse them with clean water here. And just wiping our feet with the paper towel. So when we feel ready, we'll just chuck this water out. And I thank you all for joining me for the foot soak. So while I just chuck this water out, we'll listen to some music and then we'll have a beautiful meditation by Uncle Yogi. Thank you, everyone.
Shri Mataji. The foot soak must have cooled you down, ready for a very light, relaxed meditation. We bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Kundalini, take a bandhan. Relax your body, relax your toes, your shoulder, your neck. There should be no tension anywhere. It's a happening. Meditation is a happening. It happens by itself. You don't have to do anything. Just relax. Any tensions in your third chakra, Nadi chakra, put your right hand on the left side of the stomach. And pray to Shri Mataji, please make my left Nadi peaceful. Please take away all the anxiety from my left arm. I am very thankful. I am very satisfied with your gift. I am content with it. I have no other desires. I have learned to be patient with myself. I have gone beyond the clock. I am with you. I have nothing to worry. You have taken care of all my worries. I am at peace with myself. All the aggression has gone during the foot soak into the water. There is no anxiety, no tension. I am completely at home with my own kundalini. Feel within yourself the peace, the silence of your kundalini. Like the earth stands on its axis, we stand on our kundalini, on the central channel. Totally in harmony within ourselves. Go deeper inside of yourself. Feel this peace, this sense of serenity. You're very serene inside of you. Everything is inside. There is nothing outside. Shri Mataji, you have given us everything. Thank you for opening the door of our heart. Thank you for blessing our heart. Thank you for becoming the deity in the shrine of our heart, which is filled with your love. Unconditional love. Infinite love. It keeps flowing to everyone without any expectations. It doesn't become less by giving it to others. The more we give, the more it increases, the more joy we get. Joy comes from this love. Pure love. And it rises and rises till it reaches the sky and fills the whole universe. and we feel the whole universe is within us. Nothing is outside your bandhan of love. All the guilt you have dissolved in this love. All the aggression has melted in this love. All our ambition has dissolved in this ocean of love. Only now the pure desire to spread the love to others. You can bring your right hand on top of the head. If there is any tightness you feel on the scalp, move it 7 times clockwise. Relax your 7th chakra. All its petals are now open. They have taken away all the tensions from your chakras and filled it with the soft dew of divine love. Enjoy the fragrance of your own lotus. All the nerves of the brain are the petals of the lotus. That's why it's called 1,000-petal lotus. Soften the limbic area. So you can feel the joy spreading from here, like the fragrance of the lotus. Bring the hand down. Just thoughtlessness, filled with joy. Infinite, limitless, eternal. Keep the body loose without concentrating anywhere. Just feeling this flow of joy. It's your own. It is not borrowed. It is not imagined. It is flowing from within you, from your own source of your own spirit. Now, very slowly, open your eyes and keep your attention on the bindi of Shri Mataji in the middle of the forehead. Feeling gratitude from your heart, thanking her again and again. Thank you, Mother, again and again. Thank you, Mother, again and again. Thank you, Mother, again and again. Now, raise your kundalini and take a bandha. With folded hands, we bow down to Shri Mataji. Thank you.
Now, what are the powers of a person who is born again? First of all, such a person is a tranquil, peaceful person. He becomes automatically righteous. Automatically. I don't have to tell you, don't do this and don't do that. That's finished now with Moses. No more of that. As soon as you become the spirit, you just give up all those things that are destructive for us. Automatically. No pressures are needed. No goading is needed. Nothing of the kind. Automatically, because the spirit is the light, you get your enlightenment. Supposing I'm holding a snake in my hand and it's not light. Somebody tells me it's a snake, I'll say, no, it's a rope. I'm holding on to a rope. But when there is a light, I just drop it. In a simple way. Nobody has to tell me, I see the light and it drops out. In the same way, you are an enlightened person. You can make out what is truth and what is untruth. For example, you see someone, even from Indian jails, some people who have just come out of jails, they don't know what to do with themselves. So they walk out with saffron clothes to Germany, maybe to Australia also, and they become great Babajis here. Now these great Babajis sit on some of the important places in the city, and everybody is surrounding them, giving them money, giving them their lives, you see, all big talk of love going on and everything. Is he a realized soul or not? How will you find out? You don't know whether he is a realized soul or not. Because you are not at an absolute point. You are still in a relative understanding. Because this person is wearing this kind of a dress, is sitting very quietly there, so he must be a Babaji. You cannot recognize a person, whether a person is true or not. You can't recognize me either, whether I am telling you the truth or not. Unless and until you become that absolute being, you cannot make it out. Then what happens? That when the Kundalini rises and pierces through your fontanelle bone area, then you also start feeling on your fingertips. These fingertips are nothing but the sympathetic nervous system centers which are indicative of the truth. If the person has got cool wind or cool breeze coming from that person, then he is a real one. If he doesn't have, then he is not. There are many persons who claim to be great, but they are not. Ultimately we find out and we are shocked the way they are. We don't know how is it our brain has failed, how is it our brilliance did not show clearly what was wrong with this gentleman, because we are not that. We have to accept humbly that we are still at a human awareness and we have to be at a spiritual awareness. That's the dimension we have to get, otherwise we cannot judge things properly. In this country now we have certain problems. In this whole world we have problems. Problems of atom bomb, every day you are hearing about this problem and that problem, all created by human beings. Imagine, intelligent, such good people have created problems for themselves, killing each other, preparing bombs and things like that, protecting each other. I mean, no animal does that. Only human beings are trying to protect themselves from each other. They are all the time worried who is going to attack them, not sure of themselves. The reason is they haven't reached that state of absoluteness. The time has come now. The time has come for you either to take to constructive working out of the problem or the destructive. By discussions, by arguments, by anything, you are not going to achieve anything unless and until there is a complete transformation in the human mind. And transformation is only possible when you become the spirit, because spirit is the universal being within you. And you become collectively conscious, means you start universally feeling. You just start feeling another person on your fingertips. And if you know how to correct it, you have corrected that person. This is only the play of love of God. It's so simple. Even children can do it. Many children, when they put their fingers in their mouth or their thumbs in their mouth, according to Mr. Freud, it's something nonsense. But according to us, they are suggesting what centers you are catching. To understand your own children, you have to be a realized soul. Because the understanding is still not matured. Unless and until you become a realized soul, you are not a matured personality to judge anything. At that level, whatever you judge will have another point of view. You can take 10 small children who are realized souls. We have many like that. Tie up their eyes. Now ask them, what's the wrong with this particular person? They will all raise one finger, meaning this, or this finger. If this finger means that person feels guilty for nothing at all, is the Vishuddhi on the left-hand side, or the right means he talks too much and he has problems here. This knowledge becomes your own. This is one of the powers I have described to you, that you feel the collective consciousness within yourself. Whatever you achieve in your evolution is a living process. It is not a dead process. It's a living process by which your central nervous system can feel what is around you, what is within you. What you call the parasympathetic nervous system gets activated. And you can understand the parasympathetic, while if there are any doctors, they'll tell you that they don't know much about parasympathetic. Now, all these things happen to you, and even if you are a child, you can manage the show. The second power you get is that you can raise the kundalini of another person. Like one enlightened light can enlighten another person. But we cannot deal with people who are nasty, who are superficial, who are stupid, not meant for that. It is meant for people who are seekers, who are intense. They are the chosen ones, and they are called as seekers nowadays. They might be drug addicts, or they might be anything, doesn't matter. They have been truly seeking, they have taken something wrong as right, or they might have done some mistakes, doesn't matter. Everything is forgiven. They will get what they want because they have been intensely seeking, truly wanting to be the Spirit. This is the pure desire of the person that works out. Not a person who is just wanting it for the sake of some sort of a selfish or some sort of a power-oriented ideas. Now the third power one he gets is this, that a person becomes absolutely dynamic. He works very hard, he never feels tired. He can do things which he has never done before. I know of somebody who has never done anything artistic. Suddenly he started painting. I know another one who has never known what is poetry because he is a chartered accountant. He has been dealing with money all the time. Suddenly he started writing poetry, that too in Urdu language, which is such a difficulty. Such dynamism one develops.
Okay, guys, so just keep your eyes closed and just sustain now this silence for a couple of minutes. Okay, guys, you can slowly open your eyes. And what we can do is we'll raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan to wrap up the meditation. So hope you're all feeling really relaxed. I mean, I'm definitely feeling such a strong, cool breeze on my hands. And hope you enjoyed Sean's lovely music. He is a very accomplished musician in Sydney. He was playing the hang drum earlier on when we were when you're coming into the program, and he just played the sort of like the piano, or I think it's like a synthesizer, with a collection of different sort of music or songs as well that I think some of us may have recognized. So I found the music took us to another level. Let's just all take a moment, actually. Take your right hand, bring it to the top, and just take a moment to see if you're feeling the cool breeze on the top of your head. And you can try with the left hand as well. So remember understanding your left and your right side, and any particular fingers if they are, you know, feeling a bit heavy or tingly as well. And we've taught now all the ways to clear out your chakras, and the affirmations, which we'll send after today's program, the PDF again. So what we can do now is basically, if you need to leave the session now, you're more than welcome to, if you want to sustain that peaceful state. What we'll have after this is a little short interview of Shri Mataji. She's done many, many interviews during the span of her life when she discovered Sahaja Yoga. And we have one to show you as well. And in those interviews, I guess the beauty is she does answer, you know, questions that maybe the interviewer is asking. And it can be really quite interesting to really get to know her as well. And about herself and about Sahaja Yoga and how she's come up with it. We'll have our QA panel after that as well, if you'd like to stay back. So might do a bit of storytelling again. And then, yeah, that will be the end of the session. So before you do go, if you would like to leave, just a reminder that if you are completely new, please put your name and phone number in the chat box so that we can get in touch with you. Also, you can check out the website here. Check out days 1, 2, and 3 to brush up your knowledge, not brush up actually, to commence your knowledge about Sahaja Yoga, because that is very, very important, that you must go through the self-realization process, and as well as a couple of other things which we've already covered now, such as raising the Kundalini, putting on a bandhan. So if you're new, check out the website, give us your name and number. If you are continuing the series with us, like I said, we do have the intermediate series coming, but before that, we do have a workshop. It should be this Saturday, not this Sunday. So a bit of a correction, Vaibhav, that it's this Saturday, the 21st of August. So please mark your calendars, and we will send reminders in the next coming 2 days that it's this Saturday, not Sunday like last week, that we'll do an interactive workshop again. So please do come along if you can. There we go, it's corrected, super fast. So Saturday, 21st, same time. Again, keep yourself extra time if you can. We know it's a weekend, so maybe it might not be easy to come, but we might change these workshops to a weeknight. We're going to see how we go in terms of planning it out. But again, like we say, don't despair if you can't. If you do have a mentor, you know, reach out to your mentor, and don't be shy to ask your mentor maybe for a one-on-one session over the phone, something like that. Or also even checking out your local Sahaja Yoga center as well. So just going back to the intermediate series, as we mentioned, we're going to do a 21 days intermediate series commencing next Monday. So if you are currently in one of our WhatsApp groups with either the sunflower icon or the rose or the pink flower, and you've been interacting, please specify there if you are interested to be in the intermediate series, as we're going to create another group to kind of combine who all have been coming. If you're not in one of our current groups at the moment, please put your name and number in the chat box. For our YouTube viewers, we will put Vaibhav's number in the comments section. So please drop him a message if you're currently not in one of our WhatsApp groups. That way, and tell us also if you're a newbie or you have been coming along the journey, so we know how to cater for you. Just before we move on, I'm just going to briefly show a couple of things on the website. So as mentioned that, as said, that Sahaja Yoga is practiced in almost 150 countries around the world. So if you actually just do freemeditation.com.au/worldwide, you will get all the countries here. You can choose your country by alphabet, scroll down and just choose the relevant link. So for example, I know Rena was asking about South Africa. So you just go to S, click on South Africa, and you'll get the link. And you can see all these countries here. So please don't hesitate. Sorry, guys, I do not know what just happened. Zoom just kicked me out. Gotta love technology sometimes. So I was just showing you all the websites, so I hope that helped. And likewise, as you know, our usual website has got all the resources there, so please don't hesitate to check that out. Okie doke. So on that note, what we might do is give you all about 2 minutes to adjust if you would like to stay back. Like we said, we have a little interview clip to show, and we might just do a little bit of storytelling. We won't keep it too long. So if you do have to go, please have a good night or a good day. Thank you for joining. Jai Shri Mataji, as we say. Join us again tomorrow for day 20. For those staying back, I will see you all in 2 minutes. See you soon. Okay, guys, so for those staying back, we're going to first pop on Shri Mataji's interview. Again, if you have to leave anytime, please do not feel bad or guilty. This is not the point of feeling bad. We do keep these sessions a bit long because we do know people do enjoy the storytelling aspect or Q&A. So if you do have to go, it's completely fine. The session is recorded and you can always catch up later on. So I'll hand it over to Vaibhav to play the interview.
I guess Indian gurus have been in vogue over recent years in the West. The Beatles introduced us to the Maharishi. The Orange people blindly followed the Bhagwan. But there have been others far more credible and far more respectable. My next guest is a Bombay lady whose following is growing around the world. She says that you have the power to deal positively with every problem, from con men to cancer. All you have to do is know how to tap into it, to tap into that power. Would you please welcome the lady acclaimed as India's greatest living saint, the mother of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji. I know that it's very difficult for anyone to sum up one's religion, but is it possible to say what is Sahaja Yoga?
Sahaja. Saha means with, Ja is born with. This is born with you. Within us is the power which can give us the status of a spirit. We are not yet the spirit. We are at a human level, and in the evolutionary process, we have to now have the breakthrough to become the spirit. That's very essential and is absolutely eventually the all possible, natural thing that has to happen. It should happen to all of us. And the time has come for you to get to that position where you become the spirit. All the religions have talked about it and told about it. But people have gone wrong in believing that artificially, if you say that you are baptized, or you have become a Brahmin, or you have become a Peer, that you have become the spirit. It's not that. It's a happening that has to take place within ourselves, which is a living process, absolutely living process of the living divine force within ourselves.
We've heard of lots of yogas. How does this differ from other Indian yogas?
Other yogas were practiced mostly after getting realization, but as it has come from some half-baked people, it is in a very funny way that people follow it as if they have to take all the medicines together, and they don't know any discrimination about it. Unless and until you make this force rise within you, you will not know what type of attention is needed and what type of physical exercise is needed. Indiscriminately, people do physical exercises getting into trouble.
Now you speak of the force. Is it possible to say where does this force emanate from?
This force is a residual power in our triangular bone called a sacrum.
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 Okay.
Now the sacrum, this word comes from Greek, and that means Greek people knew this was a sacred bone. It rises from there, passes through our 6 centers, piercing through our fontanelle bone area, and you get the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost coming out of our head.
That's what Christians refer to as...
Yes. I mean, Holy Ghost, what is the Holy Ghost? Nobody can explain, but Holy Ghost is very simple to understand. This is the reflection of the Holy Ghost within us. Holy Ghost is the desire of God. God himself watches the working of the desire, and the desire is that we all should become the spirit. And this desire is reflected in our triangular bone in 3.5 coils.
Is this the central nervous system?
No, it is in the triangular bone. It's this force, this is the fourth force within us.
Okay.
We have sympathetic nervous system, left and right, and we have got autonomous, that is an autonomous nervous system, and parasympathetic, and we have also central nervous system. Now this is the system which is not yet working, it is still in the triangular bone. When it rises, it gives you a new dimension of the spirit. Means the light of the spirit comes in our attention. In that case, what happens is very simple to understand, that at human level, we are not in the absolute state. Not in the absolute state. That's why there's a chaos. Supposing I'm holding a snake in my hand, you see, and there's no light. Somebody tells me that there's a snake, I will not throw it away. I would not like to listen to anybody's advice about it. But if there's a light, I'll throw it away. In the same way, when you become the spirit, the light of the spirit guides you. You become your own master, you become your own guru. You don't have to have any guru for that. This piercing of the fontanelle bone by the kundalini gives you the power of the spirit.
But you're talking about a physical power, a spirit that comes out of the top of your head.
No, it's an energy.
An energy, all right.
It's an energy which comes out of your fontanelle bone area, touching the spirit. But the spirit actually resides in the heart. But the main seat of the heart is here in the fontanelle bone area. And it pierces through. When it pierces through, actually it should pierce. It's not just I say I baptize you. It's not like that. It has to pierce through that, and you have to feel the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost on top of your head.
Is it there now?
Yes, it's there.
Can I feel it?
I don't know if you'll feel it or not, because you'll have to have that sensitivity. Now, you see, all around, also that all-pervading power is there, which makes everything vibrate. But this energy can be felt only when you have got that realization. Then what happens that all your centers on your fingertips become sensitive. And you can feel, this is written in the Quran, that your hands will speak when you will get to your resurrection.
Yes.
It is a resurrection.
But Mataji, you must know, you must realize, I mentioned the Maharishi and I mentioned the Bhagwan and so on. You must live with the skeptics and the doubters because
Of course, I'm living with them all the time.
The con men who've come
Yeah.
before you.
Yes. Now, firstly, you see, the great mistake we commit. as far as going to gurus or to anything that is religious, is that you cannot pay for God. You see, it's a living process of a living God. Now, supposing you want to sprout a seed, how much money do you pay to the Mother Earth? It's a very simple thing, but people don't understand. They think that they can purchase it. You cannot purchase God. A simple method, if you apply to all of them, they will all run away.
I read that that this spirit, this power you speak of, can deal with, as I said, I mentioned the comment, but can deal with cancer.
Because, see, I'll show you now. This is the center. We can say this is the medulla oblongata, or we can say this is through which the central canal is passing. Now, the center is inside here. Now, when we are in the imbalance, say we go too much towards the left side, means we become too emotional or do all kinds of wrong, nonsensical conditioning. Then, or if we go too much to the right in ego and all that, you see, then we break this. Once we break this, what happens? That the center becomes constricted and the energy becomes constricted. Slowly it breaks. The relationship with the head, with the whole, and it becomes malignant. When it becomes malignant, it starts overpowering other cells. And that's how cancer affects the spirit.
All right. Well, it's very difficult to understand and understand it cold as I'm doing now.
Yesterday we had 1,500 people downstairs and about 500 people upstairs. And most of them got realized.
Through radio and television, you've told people at home.
They're very sensitive people in Hong Kong. Perhaps they're in trouble now because they have to go away and all that. Maybe that is it.
People who are in need are more sensitive, are they?
I think so, because they then anchor after God. You see, otherwise they think we are all right. What to care for God? You see, who is God after all? Otherwise, Australians are very good.
Are they? We're very receptive, are we?
They are the best people. They are very innocent, and they get their realization very fast. They stick on to it, and they have done wonders. They have done wonders.
I should make the point that I saw one of your advertisements in one of the papers today, and you, I think there is a meeting tonight at the State Theatre in Sydney, but there is no fee charge. You're not at the...
Of course not.
You're not charging. You're not.
No, not at all.
Into rounding up money.
No.
No, I should make... All right, we thank you for your time. You're staying another week or so in Australia.
Yes.
You've been to other states, and you're now doing Sydney.
Yes.
With a group.
I'll be going to Melbourne.
Sydney, Melbourne, and then to New Zealand.
And to New Zealand also.
All right, we thank you. I'm sure if you'd like to see Mataji, you could check your local newspapers and find where she's meeting people. Thank you very much indeed. Please thank Mataji. Please stay.
Okay, guys, so that was a beautiful, beautiful video in an interview. And if you like listening to Shri Mataji's lectures, talks, and what she has to say, you can always jump on YouTube and just type in Shri Mataji interviews or Shri Mataji's talks. They're always very fascinating to listen to. You can see she has that innocence of a child, but she adds that humor and gentleness as well. And some of our talks can go for, you know, an hour or more than an hour, but we just play excerpts in these sessions. So yeah, don't hesitate to check them out. And sometimes you just don't realize how time flies just listening to what she has to say, and how inadvertently sometimes her talks can answer your doubts and questions, or things you may have in mind, and the answer just comes from her. It's really quite amazing. So without further ado, we'll move on to our QA/storytelling panel. Today we'll have Florian, Sonika, Uncle Edwin, and I've also asked our dear musician Sean to also come on stage. So can the four of you please turn on your cameras and come on stage as well? Awesome. Okay, we'll just add you guys. So this add Sonika. Oops, sorry. My bad, my apologies. Where is it? Sonika's here. Hello, Florian. Sean's here as well with all his music gear. And Uncle Edwin. We just had to find Uncle Edwin. Are you there, Uncle Edwin? Or... Oh, there we are. There he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, good. All good, all good. Well, welcome, guys. Without further ado, so guys, if you have your questions, as usual, you can pop them in the chat box, but we're going to start with our storytelling. Let's start with Sean first. It might be the first time many of you are seeing him, and he was the guy behind the scenes playing the beautiful music. So Sean, do you want to tell a bit about yourself, a bit about the music you were playing, and even show us the hang drum as well? Oh, sorry, my apologies, Auntie Valeria as well, yes. So let's start with Sean first.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much, everyone. Just want to say a big thank you to the team behind the scenes for doing all the work. Really appreciate it. So my name is Sean. In terms of my experience with Sahaja Yoga, I've been doing Sahaja Yoga for almost 20 years now, I think. Yeah, 20 years. So pretty much all my life. And in terms of how I use music as a way to do music is what I do as a livelihood, and I use that as a way for me to connect with myself. It's as what Shri Mataji talks about with Sahaja Yoga meditation. It's about the connection within. Too often, sometimes music gets the wrong impression that it's all about the fame, the glory, and all whatnot. But then, at the end of the day, what's important is what you are inside and internally, and how you feel. So a lot of the music I play are probably songs that what we call in Sahaja Yoga we call the bhajans, and probably something that we all in the Sahaja Yoga our practitioners, we all sing it together collectively. It's just as a way to really unite us together and just feel the love and the joy that Shri Mataji talks a lot and about realizing what we have within us. And it's good to share it with the family, because the family is always really awesome to be around for sure. So yes.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Sean. Do you want to also quickly show us the hang drum? Because that's a bit of a unique instrument, which some of us are hearing.
I just packed it away. So.
Oh, you just packed it away? Darn. There'll be more next time, guys. So if you are entering the session and could hear a beautiful, almost like a marimba-like sound, that's called the hang drum. So it's like a metal drum. If you look it up, Hang. It's a beautiful, beautiful percussion instrument. And yeah, Sean is fantastic at playing that. So let's go around for a bit of stories, but let's welcome Auntie Valeria. Auntie, you are from France, is that correct? Or...
Yes.
So bonjour, Auntie Valeria. How long have you been in Sahaj, and what do you do for a living day to day?
Shri Mataji, I'm a retired doctor.
Oh.
I was in London in 1987 with Shri Mataji, but she never called me physically. So I was a right-sided person, so I worked very much. And it's only in 2010, after living in India for 3 years, that I got really into Sahaja Yoga deeply. So everyone has a different journey in life. And I agree with Sean. What really helped me is the music to put me into balance. And when I retired from doctor, with self-realization, my life completely changed. My attention went inside, and I needed a lot of silence. And yes, I was very happy to see all the talks of Shri Mataji when my children were old and got their job. I could sit in silence, listen to Shri Mataji's talk, and enjoy the music. And it put me into balance immediately with the foot soaking and a lot of oil on my head. And it took a long time actually to get into this balance because of the conditionings of wanting to work and not feeling guilty of saying, all right, I'm retired now and I can do something else. But it's only after getting inside, really inside the heart, that my Kundalini energy, I felt, all right, it's the time to drop everything and go inside and really learn about Sahaja Yoga deeply. And then it's a new realm that opens up. So it's a living process. It takes time. And we have to love ourselves. We have to love ourselves very much. We have to take time. We have to allow ourselves to rest and not feeling guilty if we have to drop some job at the age of 50, doesn't matter. And then we have more time to dedicate to Sahaja Yoga, to ourselves, because this life is so precious and we have to give to others. I felt now it's the time for myself and I can give to others. And then we started to give self-realization to others. And it was a wonderful time. And the conditionings dropped, the ego dropped, and we become part of this beautiful world.
Yeah, that was very, very beautiful, Auntie. And welcome on board. It's nice to meet you and get to know you. Thank you for sharing your story about Sahaja Yoga. That's really, really wonderful. Let's move to Sonika from Malaysia. So Sonika, is this your first time on the panel? Or...
Yes, yes, I'm first time on the panel. Yeah.
So,
So
Sonika,
though
tell
I
us.
was not so comfortable coming on the panel and
Yeah,
answering
yeah,
or on the spotlight, but yeah, somehow I managed.
you'll be fine. I know it's a bit daunting first time that, oh my gosh, being on center stage, but I know a lot of people after they taste it the first time, they're like, we want to do it again. Call us again. So
Maybe.
I'm sure you'll be
Yeah.
fine. So Sonika, please tell us a bit about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do? And how did you come into Sahaja Yoga?
Okay, so I'm basically placed and I'm living in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur with my family, and it's been 4 years here. I'm basically from India. So I got my self-realization in India. I got actually 2-3 times my self-realization, not one time. So but the time when I actually came into it is like when I was working in Pune in my office, like in Infosys Pune. So there every weekly they have centers, weekly meditation centers. So there I got realization for I think third time. Yes, third time. So then, because of the people around me was so nice, so nice. The collective actually drew me like into Sahaja Yoga. There were so lovely people out there. I was like, wow, so much loving and so much caring they are. How can be they so polite and humble? So those qualities actually, drew me into meditation. And so I will say collectivity brings me actually into Sage Yoga, and that's how I started growing. So then I moved from India to Hong Kong. So that journey was little a second level. So Indian yogis and Indian practitioners are different. yogis outside India, they are very different. So that's how I felt there is a difference, in the quality, and obviously the quantity will be less outside India, not as in India, but the quality is a wow. Like I was like, they used to meditate for 2 hours, 1 hour, so seriously, so dedication. And I was like, what I'm doing, I'm not, meditating like that. What I'm doing, I'm wasting. So I just used to meditate only 10 minutes and, Footsoak. So sometime happening, sometime not. But so being around with the people in Hong Kong and again, the collectivity there was very nice. I really enjoyed those days. And every moment, every time, I was taken care by divine. Everywhere I was moving, I was like, the divine is looking after me. I was alone going for the first time outside India. And I didn't feel like I'm alone. Never. So even I was not having any house. I didn't get any some accommodation issues. So the yogis who were there, they helped me, and so it's a lot. So I really like the collectivity. The people around you makes a huge difference. A huge difference.
That's really nice. That there's like different aspects of Sahaj that people get attracted to. Like Auntie Valeria said music, you said collectivity, and it can be a combination of all. So Sonika, how long were you in Hong Kong for, and what years were you there? Like
I was in 2010 and 11. Oh, I was for 1 year. So that time also I went back to India and came back to Hong Kong. So that time there was Music of Joy, Australia. The group came there, and that was the time I went back again. So I was there for 3 months, and then something happens. There was no budget, and I have to go back to India.
Oh, so it was part of your work, like your job?
Part of work, yes.
Okay.
Part of my job, yes. So I'm in IT, information technology. I'm a programmer, a developer. So I was there for 3 months, and then I have to go back, unfortunately. And I was like, not sad. I was knowing that I will come back. And the day I was leaving, I got the news that Music of Joy people are coming in Hong Kong, and in that year. And I was like, Shri Mataji, I want to come back again. I want to join. I want to meet all those people. So please send me. And you cannot imagine. I landed on the same day the Music of Joy people were there in Hong Kong, and I stayed with them.
Wow!
Just imagine the power of pure desire, how it works. So it was tremendous.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I stayed with them. I was roaming around for sightseeing and everything for the program. Every time I was there. So on the day of Music of Joy program, I was present there.
Did you sing with them or?
Sorry?
Did you sing with them on stage? Were you on stage with them?
No, obviously I was in the audience.
In the audience. Oh, that's all right.
Yes, obviously. Yeah. So.
Wow, wonderful, Sonika. Thank you so much. That's really lovely to hear about that and to get to know you more as well. Because I know we've run into each other many times over other Sahaj programs, but haven't had a chance to really talk. So thank you for sharing. Florian, so we know Florian is an osteopath, he told us last time, and he's currently in Germany but was living in Perth. Florian, do you have any stories or experiences you want to share, or maybe even how did you get into Sahaj and how did it change you?
I started Sahaj about 15 years ago, and I had some kind of experience or a self-realization actually before Sahaja Yoga. That was I was really living very redrawn from society. I was really upset with the world and kind of bit of a probably really like a real outsider, and I'm living very close to nature though. And I was really not accepting myself, I think, as a person at all. So I was obviously not happy in myself, yeah. And I think it started at some point. I was really desperate, probably, yeah. But I did seek without even knowing. I think that I was a seeker, but I was really seeking. And I had one day, I had like this experience that started after opening up to other people also, and really talking about myself. And then I was lucky that was not, they were nice people. They kind of accepted me like how I was. And then one morning I just woke up and had this experience. I was just sitting there and the sun was going up. I was actually really living like really in the nature. I had no, without running water or electricity. I was just living close in Germany, like close to a forest, you know, like in a, I built myself like a little hut, like really like a bit of a, I don't know, bit like that. And then I had that experience that my heart somehow opened up, and I could really feel this love of the spirit that is really everywhere, this love that surrounds us, that is just everywhere and completely unconditional. And I felt loved myself also. I felt like I was really just completely accepted and loved like the way I am. And that was quite overwhelming. I just started to cry and was sitting on the ground and was saying, "Mama, Mama," which was not my mother that I meant, but I somehow obviously recognized that that's actually the mother, you know, it's this motherly Kundalini, that's this force. And yeah, that was an amazing experience, but it was quite messed up actually. So I had no idea about Kundalini or about chakras or about all of that. I had been reading like the Bhagavad Gita and the Bible and things like that, and also probably things that are more wrong as knowledge, but just kind of anything really. But then after that, I did start to get some discretion. So I could see what is wrong and what is good for me and what not. So I was really smoking a lot, for example. I was a chain smoker, but it didn't take me long just to stop that, because I felt this is just bad for me. So I just stopped it, you know, so it kind of magically just dropped away. And I was in some bad relationships, and I just left that and went away. So that was amazing how things just started to work out after that. But then my mother actually told me, so I was still quite nervous, and I wasn't, you know, I was still not really right. And she told me I should maybe do something like meditation. So I started to look around, and I did tried all kind of different things, but I also found like in a newspaper, there was like a little advertising saying Kundalini Awakening, Sahaja Yoga, always free. So I cut that out and pinned it to my wall, because that somehow that spoke to me, but it was in another city, a bit further away. And I didn't really feel like going there. It was a bit too far away. And I tried other things. I went to like Tai Chi classes and yoga and Qigong and I don't know what. But wherever I went, I always felt people were talking and teaching something, but it was all just from outside. They actually had not really experienced what I was looking for. And I had the impression they had actually no idea about what they were talking about. And then one day, my sister, who was living in another city and that I hadn't had contact for a long time to, we started to talk again also after I had that experience. And then she told me they're going away for holidays and if I could look after her apartment. And I said yes. And then when I went there, I found out that this apartment of hers was just exactly next door to the yoga center where this Kundalini Yoga Awakening, this little newspaper article that I had was. So I went there, and and then it was a bit like what Sonika said. When I came there, I really felt like the people really attracted me, or it was really because I noticed they had also that same experience that I kind of was looking for, and I felt really at home there. And so that's how I came to Sahaja Yoga, and then I never left, and I kind of went there all the time and made friends. And it took me still some time I didn't feel a lot of vibrations at the beginning. Yeah, so also with all these experiences, I could feel there's something, you know, I felt the life of, you know, that I could feel that somehow you could feel the life that I couldn't feel before. And I felt my heart was open, like music was completely different to me than before. you feel the music with your heart suddenly and really enjoy it. But I couldn't really feel vibrations on my head or any of that. And it still took some time, maybe also because I was smoking a lot. And I remember then actually the first time I really felt my Kundalini was when I went to a classical music concert, and it was Mozart that was played. And I was just sitting there as a spectator listening without expecting anything. And suddenly I felt my Sahasrara opened up, my Kundalini coming out like like you opened a bottle of champagne. And I started just laughing because it was like, what's going on? And yeah, it was so joyful. Yeah. And so that's how I came to Sahaja Yoga. And it's just been tremendous for me. Life is always, it comes with up and downs, and things happen that are difficult. But with Sahaja Yoga, I find it always gives you this, it's like with a computer that you just, you reboot it, you switch it on and off, and you come back to your center, and then you're new again, and we can do that. We can do that every day, really. And that's just so amazing to have that. It's amazing.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much. I'm still deciding if I should be calling you Florian brother or uncle. So I might have to combine the two words and call you like Brunkle or something. So you seem so youthful as a brother, but then I'm also being respectful. It's like, so I will figure. Okay, what do you prefer actually? So
Brunkle sounds good.
Brunkle. Okay, you're the Brunkle now. So there we go, guys. We've invented a new word. But thank you so much. That was an amazing story. I love the idea of the champagne. I've never heard anyone say that before. So that was really, really amazing. And thank you for sharing things like the fact that, you're a smoker or didn't feel vibrations. Because I think Auntie Hetty also once said how she used to have a drink once in a while as well. And how things just magically drop off as you meditate. Because Shri Mataji says that analogy a lot, that it's like holding a snake in your hand. You don't know it's bad for you until the light comes, and then you realize, it's a snake, and then you let go of it. So really wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes, go ahead.
It's very beautiful in Sahaja Yoga, really, what Shri Mataji always says, that we don't get told from outside, these are the morals, and you have to do this and you have to do that. You really do it from inside, because everything from outside is just wrong. You're just going to react, and it's not going to work. And it does work in Sahaja Yoga. Yeah. So we change from inside just naturally, just like that, without actually trying hard. It just happens. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's and so true. Very true what you said, that no matter how much we force people, don't smoke, don't drink, it's not good for you, it also works on a mental level, and we need to work on a more spiritual or innate level as well. So thank you. Okay. Uncle Edwin, do you have any stories you want to share, or have you ever actually shared to us the day or time you got your realization? Like, what would you like to share today?
Yeah, look, I, like most people, I don't think I was truly a seeker. I was just a confused kid like everybody else. When I was young and good looking and growing up, my family just, I was bred in I'm a half-breed from South Africa, but my family led a very Hindu style life. So all the rituals on the Hindu calendars we observed, but I was just getting very irritable about it, especially when they said, you can't eat meat today, and sometimes it had to go on for a month, no meat. And being young, and I thought, well, man, we don't have any money, we are poor, we do all these rituals, what's happening? I mean, where's the God? So you start questioning that. And then to add to the confusion, you got friends that are Christians, you got others that are Muslims, and they all are saying, you guys are devil worshippers. You need to come to church. I had a good friend who was a Christian, and I used to meet him on Sunday, school friend. And his mother was a Christian, and I think there were some evangelists or whatever. And she used to harass me, literally harass me. And I said to my friend, look, I'm no more coming to your house. You're a good guy, I'll see you at school. I don't want to know about all this. So to cut a long story short, I was so confused. And what was even more confusing at the time was in the 70s, there was the perpetual political unrest in the UK between the Protestants and the Catholics. So from where I sat, well, there's one Bible, the reader of the same Bible, why are they killing one another? Okay. And you could see that in different kind of conflicts on a religious basis. So who's right? You have no way of telling who's right. We are performing all the rituals because we are right, but we are not seeing the benefits. There's no one could explain, and the parents would just say, you ask too many questions, shut up, man. Your grandparents used to do it. We are doing it now. You just follow. For me, that was not good enough. So what I used to do, I used to just toe the line, just do enough to stay out of trouble. If we are not eating meat at home, I'll eat meat outside. When I come home, I say, no, I didn't eat meat. So I was lying and I was cheating and doing all those things just to keep the peace. And that's what you do, you know. But I had a very good friend of mine, and she was Catholic. And the one day we were having like a really hearty conversation. And I said to her, man, you know, there's a lot of confusion going on. Tell me, how does this work? All of you, there's evangelists, there's, I don't know how many denominations of Christians you guys have got, but you guys have got one set of rules. Your priests are not allowed to marry. They're causing trouble with little boys. The other priests are having a good life. They've got their families, they've got children, they're enjoying themselves. What's your story? What's the story? And she said, oh, look, I also had to think about that. And I had a chat with the Archbishop of Durban at the time. And she said, after a long chat, it was patently clear. It had nothing to do with the scriptures. It was all about the money. Because the church had to support so many people. Yeah, I mean, all the priests, if they've had big families, then the church had to look after them. Then there was a conflict between birth control and the Catholic teachings. So if you got married, you're not allowed to have any birth control. So Catholic families were big. So if they allowed the priest to get married, it was going to be a big financial bill moving, you know, to look after them. So that's, and then I thought to myself, so who's right? So people can just build a church, take the Bible, and make their own set of rules. So who's right? So enough confusion. What did I decide? No. Everybody's, all these, whichever angle you're coming at it from, they all teach you, let's look at what the common ground is. You must be good, do good, and be good to your fellow man. And that's the position I took. So for many years, no praying. As long as when I grew up and moved out of home and things like that, my parents were not on my case. So I was a man of the world. I enjoyed myself. I had a good job. I gambled. I did everything, made a lot of money, but was not happy. You know what I'm saying? I had everything. And then, like Mother says, an idle brain is a devil's workshop. So you got too much time on your hands, you got too much money, so you don't have to work. So what do? You have to find things to do with your time. So you start gambling, you start doing all those things. And then you realize, well, I've done all this now. What's next? You got all the material accumulation, you got the accolades, you have the power, no satisfaction. So it's like saying this, you got everything, but you got nothing. Okay, and that's when you actually, I'm sure there's a lot of other Sahaja yogis that I've spoken with as well. You know, they did very well materially, but spiritually, we were insolvent because we had no connection. We had no connection. And the whole world, if you look at the way the world is, the most important aspect of our existence is neglected because we're working hard and making sure the body looks well. I used to run 7Ks on the beach to work on my six-pack and all that, and, you know, looking good. But you're running on empty. You come home, you eat, you sleep, you watch television, but it's not there. There's nothing there, if you know what I mean. And since I've got my realization, I can see very clearly the purpose of why she saved me so many times before my realization. It's very clear. One day I was in one of these filling station servos, and I just went in there to buy an ice cream. It must have been 30 seconds as I stepped out of the shop, and a car drove right in and would have killed me if I hadn't moved 30 seconds time. And the people inside got injured. And I thought, wow, what was that? You know, and I wasn't at that time, let me tell you, I wasn't the nicest guy, you know, in terms of being kind and all those things. And I thought, I wonder why she saved me then. And there's a few incidents like that. After I got my realization, it became very, very clear. And now I see my purpose very clearly. And the few times that I did certain things, and I was used to connect people up and get their realization. Long story, and that's for another time. But look, the new people that have come in now, please be patient be patient with yourself. This is your journey. This is a very intimate thing. It is your relationship with your creator, and you need to not think that you need a spaceship to get there. It's okay if you have to get there on a donkey cart. That's fine. But that is your pace. That is your journey. Don't worry about the fast cars and things like that. So that's just to give you an analogy that we all are at different places. We all learn things differently. And this is your very, very personal journey. So be patient with yourself, and I'll tell you, it works. There's nothing else. So if you're looking for another option, yes, go and waste more money. People will take your money. But this job, you cannot delegate, you cannot outsource, and nobody else can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. That's my last word. I'm glad that you all have come and have enjoyed yourself. Please don't give up. Be patient.
I was going to say, Uncle Edwin, so much truth bombs that you dropped over there.
John, you've been missing a lot of truth bombs, man. So if I recollect day one, I remember day one, you know, it was exciting, it was new, and we had a barrage of questions in the end because it's so normal. And I remember, I think someone in the audience had asked, you know, that can you lie down while meditating? And I was in the chat box at the time, like trying to answer these questions. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, poor guy, you know, if you're tired, if you're maybe ill, it's fine. But Uncle Edwin, no, that's laziness. Bang, he just says it out loud. And it's like, you get straightened up, folks. Ain't no lies here. So.
Good old Uncle Edwin calling it like it is. That's the best.
Well, the problem is if you don't call it the way it is, if you want to fix something, you got to know the truth about what the problem
100%.
is. And you know, in problem solving, 50% is understanding what the problem is. The other 50% is putting the solution in place. So a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. You got to tell them the truth.
And it's funny, Uncle, that you talked about the religions and the different religions, and also like how it sometimes. And I think very often, and Sonika and Rachita and Uncle Farhan, you can also probably associate this, where sometimes they think like what we do is Sahaja Yoga is a religion conventional description, when really it's not, because Shimaji talks about if religion is about recognizing what you are within, then that's something that we can get by. But if it's religion, that's basically, or whatever, like, and it's good that you shared your story, Uncle Edwin, but like, you know, whatever, it's because your grandparents did it and because it's passed down traditions, so you don't do it, no questions asked, that's, you know, that's just the way life goes and the cookie crumbles, you know, keep the peace kind of stuff, then that's not really religion, because you're not really understanding the socio structures and the kind of stuff. And I think, and that's the beauty about what Sahaja Yoga is all about, because Sahaja Yoga, Shimaji talks about realizing what you have. You go through the process of self-realization, is realizing who you are first and foremost before you do anything. And the journey you take from there is up to you. Like, I've been doing this for 20 years, but I still feel like I just got my realization yesterday every time, you know. And it's the fun of it, you know. It's amazing because you always learn something new, but it's also making sure that you realize, because at the end of the day, all the techniques that we're learning are ways to, you know, we introspect on ourselves and say, how are we feeling? And sometimes, are we too far into the future? Are we feeling too much to the left? How do we be in that center position? And that, you know, they're all techniques. They're just helping us to be in the center, but it's important to, you know, what's it called? Sometimes we live too much into the future, but then we forgot to pick up a cup of tea and smell the roses that's right in front of us sometimes, you know, those kind of beauty. And Uncle Edwin, you definitely hit the nail over there. You know, really love that sort of candid quote for sure.
Man, I could be of assistance.
Oh,
But
gosh, you
I
guys are
love
cracking.
I
Yes, go
love
ahead, yes.
Uncle saying like it's you can go donkey like a donkey, but you don't need to take a spaceship. It's actually true. Like whenever you don't need to, you have to have patience with yourself because you are learning every day.
Yeah.
And you keep on evolving yourself every day. It's not like I've got all the knowledge and now it's done. It cannot be like that. You know, every day we are learning, experiencing new things. So I really like the spaceship one.
That was a good analogy. That was. So, yeah.
Forget
No, I
Jeff
think
Bezos and like Tesla and all kinds of stuff. We got Sahaja Yoga. We got it.
oh gosh.
Yes.
I think on that note, guys, I mean, I think we could continue talking on forever, but I feel like I think our audience are really enjoying this. And yeah, no questions today have come, so I think we are more in that thoughtless state, everyone, because I'm definitely feeling the cool vibes and the lightness inside. But unfortunately, we do have to call it a night. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Before we go, Sean, any closing words or words of wisdom for our audience?
Enjoy. That's all. Enjoy. Everything will work itself out.
Love it. Thank you. Sonika, anything you'd like to add?
Have patience and take it slow. Don't be fast.
Yep, donkey cart, everyone. Get the donkey. So, yep. And Uncle Edwin, any last words?
Yeah, the last word is
yes.
Compete with yourself in your league. Don't worry about everybody else's league. And one simple thing that I try to lead my life by is I always say, I want to be better than I was yesterday, whatever that means.
Yes.
And if you can just take those few lessons and put it into your life, I think there's an opportunity for all of us to be better than we were yesterday. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much.
That's it. So remember, guys, you're like a tree growing. So don't despair if you ever feel some days you're like, oh my gosh, I am not progressing. It's like a flower tree blooming. Every day you look at it, you don't notice the difference. But then a few days, weeks, months down the track, you see flowers bloom or fruits bloom, changes come. So yeah, just trust yourself that you are growing in this process. And it's like we're aging every day. You're also spiritually growing every day as well. So on that note, guys, thank you to our panelists. Florian and Auntie Valeria had to go, which is completely fine. Sean and Sonika, I hope you had fun. I think you did. So we might see you guys back on stage again. And maybe Sean will play us some beautiful music again as well. Actually, speaking of which, Sean, do you want to just play a little bit more of ending music as we kind of end the session for about
I kind of shut everything down, but okay.
Oh, everything is shut down? Okay. We got recordings, people. It's okay. Next time. No worries at all. So on that note, guys, see you all tomorrow for day 20, where we will go again into deeper meditation. We hope your meditations are getting deeper and you're still practicing either your morning or night one in between until we see you daily. It's very important you are self-meditating as well. And like we said, do check out your local Sahaja Yoga centers so you are part of a community. But till then, see you all. Jai Shri Mataji, and see you all in 24 hours. Enjoy. Right. Take care.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night.